It's okay. You've done all you
Just
can
me,
do.
I feel like we screwed up.
You know, he really shouldn't have tried to obstruct our job, though. I mean, this is his country as well as ours. Try and cheat his way through it. I don't know.
I kind of like the guy.
At least we have another.
lurches again.
Yeah. Bell, you want to get on that?
I'll run over to. I'll run over to the
He
helm.
did leave us in a pickle.
Say, well, knew what had happened to Alabasta eventually.
Now it's
Yeah.
just
I think I would have signed the paper. I just, I don't know where I was going. I felt like we should argue a little is all.
Well, yeah, you can't trust a fella like that anyway. Guy
No,
kills a man
he's
just
rude.
because he...
Noted.
Raise the sails while we figure out what we're doing. So I'm like trying to
All right,
keep the boat away
everybody.
from the
He's
walls.
captain
You
now.
start to
Do
notice that
everything
the
he
wind,
says.
Captain Bell.
after that chillness has exited, and you guys weren't noticing because you were drifting for a while, but you're now in this giant spherical cavern.
Okay.
There seems to be what appears to be ice floating in the water near you. Large platforms of ice, seemingly to be frozen portions of the water. As you sit there and you drift in it for a while, you're like, what's going on? Once again, you hear a cackling noise, similar to the first one that you heard when you were in the living fire. But this one, female. You start looking around and you're like, oh, you know what this is. As the corrupted frost eel bursts forth from the water and just like slithers up, it having a few appendages, tiny feet that suction onto the wall as it starts to climb across the ceiling of the cavern, and its eyes flashing yellow, a gold, bright, brilliant yellow at you, as it starts to just cause that kind of permafrost effect across the ceiling, and then it lets go, drops and plunges into the water again, causing your boat to rock. I need you all to roll initiative, and if you don't mind bringing up the map.
When it popped out of the water, did I have time to get off a bonus action?
Yeah. If you guys want to attempt to do something, it revealed itself, and then you went from there.
I'd like to hunter's mark it then.
13.
Okay.
15.
This battle's gonna be a lot harder.
This is going to be interesting, yes.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
24.
I got a 22 for Sandy.
Did you say we have a catapult or a ballista?
You have
Oh,
a
a
cannon.
cannon.
You also have what looked like another cannon with a dragon's head on it.
Oh, let's go figure that out.
Where this description is coming to you now about the ship. Luckily, your fisherman friend knows enough about it to describe what's going on here. The ship has actions that you guys can use.
Oh, we're doing a full-on ship combat.
How bad did we screw up with the fairy dude?
You will find out in a moment
Yep,
because it actually affects the ship's actions.
From whose point of view? From Alabast's point of view.
From ours.
As worst as
I'm really
as
concerned
bad
about
as you could
myself.
possibly screw up. From our point of view, I'm fine with it. little punk imp. Target that little thing next time.
Okay, and what
We did have a
is
certain disregard for human life.
was
which I
Alagar's
think is rude.
initiative?
Socially,
with mine. 15.
So it goes Puck and then you again. You guys got the same initiative again.
That's funny.
Twice in a row.
Yeah, so I guess he'll go before me.
It may be my age, but I feel much more spent after I flex now. Like, woo! Woo! That was a job.
Right?
Gotta do some cardio or
Also,
something. I'm happy with my beard right now. I feel good. What can I say?
Okay, so Bell, you're up first as it comes out of the water. It kind of starts looking at you guys again, climbing up onto the ship's side. We'll just say the right hand
Anybody
side.
messing with the cannon?
Can you explain the ship action?
Oh yes, the ship actions has two actions that you guys can do that recharge on a D6. One of them has 3 charges, so whenever a D6 is rolled at the top of the layer action round, it may get one of these back. But the first ship action is Magic Anchor. which the anchor is enchanted and can be dropped to force this sea creature to the surface, making it, quote, more vulnerable to you.
So forces it out
It
of the
only
water.
lasts one turn. When this ship action happens, though, somebody has to use their action to activate it. The other thing is, the serpent needs to be underwater when you do it.
It's kind of like a depth
If
charge
it's already
thing.
out of the
Drops
water,
in and shoots it out.
Yeah, basically you drop the anchor on top of it and then hoist it up like a giant fishing hook. The next one is the ship action, the Dragon's Maw, which is the dragon-headed cannon that's on the ship. It has 3 charges and recharges on a D6, and explodes on a 1.
Oh.
So if you get to choose at the round 20 each time if you want to roll to see if it recharges. If you roll a 1, it explodes.
Nice.
That's just the difference there. But when you use it, it can deal 20 fire damage plus 2d12. Or no, sorry, 20 damage plus 1d12. Sorry, I read that wrong. But that's what it can do for you.
Okay. So we got the...
But once again, somebody would have to spend their action for it because you no longer have a captain that can do it for you.
Well, you couldn't fire the cannon. Oh, the cannon is whoever's at the helm, basically, does that then?
Yeah.
Or can we just run to the cannon to fire it if we choose to?
You can use the fire of that cannon. Just so you know, it can't be submerged when you use this cannon, and it can also not be above you when you use this cannon. It has to just be next to the ship.
Sounds
Okay,
good.
so let's get going on this fight
Okay.
with the Frost Eel.
I'll do your contract, little dude, for some aid.
What is the eel doing right now? Did it pop back up or is it underwater?
It's currently underwater. The eel
Oh, it
is
is?
currently
Oh.
underwater. Sorry.
All right.
I said it popped up to look at you guys, and then it went down again. I didn't get to that part.
Cool. Yeah, I'll run over to the magic anchor and toss that thing over.
Okay. So
True
you're using that right
fisherman
now.
spirit.
So that means you're expending the charge. So it will, at layer 20, we'll see if it gets that charge back. Just so you know.
Cool.
Okay. So you're like, it's underneath, and you just hit the lever, and then you just hear the anchor start dropping. And then, like the pro fisherman you are, you're like, got it! And then the ship lurches like that, and it starts getting risen out of the water. It's actually tangled around it, and it seems to be magically hooked in its mouth, and it's writhing as it's up above the water now.
How appropriate that Bell
It is
got
now surfaced. The current state of the monster is surfaced. So with that ends your turn, and it is your turn, Sand.
All right.
Sandy.
I'll do what Sandy does best. He just goes, all right, you look like a loosey-goosey. Let's two-step Vamusi, and he just comes running up Vow of Enmity, and he'll start hacking away at it with his short sword and his
That's limerick quality smack talk right there.
little boop stick. Oh man, first hit is only a 16 hit.
16 fails.
Does not, yeah, so next attack. Oh my gosh, I missed again. Whoa. That's triple advantage misses there, by the way. Last one, or double advantage, I should say. All right, so the last hit is 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And he will give it a little smite. A little smitey. So 2.
Smarty mo marty.
And the hunter's mark. Man, 3 misses. That's just terrible. Or 2 misses, I should say. And a pretty low roll. So only 9 points of slashing and radiant. As it's like whipping around, it just kind of like slides off the scale.
9 points of slashing and radiant,
Yeah, I did smite.
and you only got 9 damage total.
Yeah.
Ow.
It's a bad roll. And a hunter's mark.
Okay. You rolled like all but ones.
It was 2 1s, a 4, and like a 2. Yeah.
Noted. So barely hurting it.
Terrible.
With that, it would be the layer action turn. So I need all of you to make a dex save. as it's been riding in the water, and then the water starts rolling as rolling seas action, a layer action is activated.
The ship.
Everybody make a dexterity saving throw. Not with advantage, because the captain isn't there to stabilize the ship.
Oh, man.
Can Beltryn stabilize it as an action, as a reaction?
He is not the ship's captain. He doesn't know how to handle the ship as well as him.
That.
But he's not, yeah. He can drive it, but he's not like...
Is anybody within 10 feet of me?
I would say that...
I probably am. Because if he came over to hit it on the anchor, that's where
That's true.
it pulled.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guess we
so
should-
he would be if you came over to hit it. So
whoever's
yeah, at least
within
Beltryn is.
whoever's within 10 feet of me, you can add +3 to this. So
Sweet.
as just the soothing warmth of my presence
Alagar,
makes you feel a
what did you
little
get?
more centered.
I got a 8.
Okay, failure. You fall into the water,
Oh, jeez.
and you take immediately 1d6 cold damage,
Ooh, it's cold.
and are now vulnerable to cold.
Ooh,
Oh, dang.
oh man.
So
Oh, snap.
double whatever you roll on that 1d6,
That's
Okay.
what you get for
because
being
you're
a glutton.
vulnerable to it. Okay,
10 points.
Beltryn, what did you roll?
With that boost, 25.
Okay, you do not fall into water, no problems. Puck, what did you roll?
15?
15? That is a failure, so you fall into the water and take 1d6 cold damage,
Oh no.
and are vulnerable to cold, so double whatever you get on the 1d6.
So 6
Um,
points damage.
You're,
You're bad.
you're up there. What'd you roll? Sandy?
13 plus 6, so 19.
Barely succeed.
Barely. So he's like just right on the edge, skipping on one foot,
Yeah.
manages to
Yeah. Yep.
pull himself back.
Okay, so that is the layer action.
Thanks.
Is now the Frosty Hill's turn.
Oh,
Because
crap.
I rolled a
Yeah.
19 for its
Hold on.
initiative.
Yeah. Jeez.
Alright,
Alright,
come on,
well,
Buttercup.
might as well start this off strong. Let's go for... Oh, so both of you fell off onto the same side of the ship. So you two are off in the water.
Sandy and Belle are still on the ship.
Yeah, Sandy and Bill are still on, but the other two fell off.
Yep.
I think it's gonna go for the people in the water first. Then it's gonna
Why
use
wouldn't
its, breath attack.
Go underwater.
How does my
His
flame
breath
tongue
can't
sword
get you.
do in the water?
Probably stays really warm. I need both of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, you guys, get back on the ship. Stop playing around down there, alright?
Like flash each other with
Hey, you
water.
guys, it's
I have
not,
a modified 1.
18
Would be a
for me.
5.
18
I rolled a
success. And you rolled a 1?
I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh.
guys,
Uh,
it's just
I
not
take...
pro-
This is with the vulnerability, so don't double this. But you take 52 points of cold damage.
Oh, that may
Sorry,
have done me in.
2, yeah, 52. 26 is 52. Yeah.
52.
52
think
points
that
of cold
did me in.
damage as it breathes freezing breath onto you in this already chilled water. You just basically turned into an icicle.
He's just
You
unconscious.
succeeded, so it's half that. So, but you're vulnerable, so it's 26 points of cold damage to you.
There's good news though. I'm floating without effort now.
Well, you're only unconscious, right? You're at 0.
Yes, he's at 0.
So we can
I'm a
still,
-2.
we can still hopefully get you back up here. You're next to the healer, thankfully.
I got a question. Does healing thaw as well?
In this case, yes.
It's magic.
Don't worry about it. You're an icicle. Set up, popsicle.
Blue floating bobber.
Okay, that is its turn. Is breathing the ice on you guys, but it's still up above the water. Has not submerged, did not climb, did not do anything. So it is in range of the cannon if you want.
How am I even floating?
Well, this
Like
all
this,
happened
I
in
don't know.
like mere fractions of seconds, so.
Puck, it's your turn. You're unconscious. Alagar, it's your turn. You're in the water.
Okay.
Motion I'm doing in the water.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to use Healing Word on Puck. He's right before me in the initiative, though, so that really doesn't help much.
I guess you guys have tied initiative.
I'll do that at
Since
second level.
you have tied initiative, you could technically go first.
Okay, yeah.
He's unconscious.
Just because we happen to be tied.
Equal initiative.
Situation.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just be like, get
You
up,
look
man.
like
we
we
need your
are
strength."
going before me.
That is. Okay, so you regain 7 hit points.
So Puck, you could climb out of the water too. You've been healed. You still have your turn, but we'll get back to you in a moment. So think about what you want to do.
What would it take to get back into the boat? Like a certain amount of movement?
All your movement,
action?
and you will be prone on the deck.
Okay.
Worth it.
Okay, I will do that. And then, so yeah, I'm just, so I say the healing word, I see him thaw a little bit. And then I'm just gonna do my best to climb one of the ropes that's on the side of the ship, flop onto the top, and then I'll
You're
just be like,
shivering, you're cold, but you're no longer vulnerable to
Ooh,
cold.
that's good.
and then I'm just gonna be like, and then suddenly my eyes just glow white, and I'm just like, the sea is mine now. I'm gonna cast Control Water.
Ooh.
Oh,
And
Impressive.
hopefully nullify the lair
but
action.
you use
so
your
I
bonus
already know.
action to cast Healing Word?
Oh shoot, you're right. I forgot about that rule. Okay, in that case, I'll
Do the best cantrip ever.
oh no. Okay, never mind. That changes
Yes,
things.
or do you
I
want to
think.
control the seas?
Oh, wait a minute. No. I've got it. Okay, I don't cast Healing Word. I cast Balm of the Summer. So fairies fly over.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, you
And-
can do that.
Yeah, that's a bonus action. I forgot that was a bonus action. So I'll do 3 fairies. So that's
So tell Hargis how much he actually heals.
okay.
Oh, sweet.
8 is actually how much you heal. Can't remember how much it was before.
So you're back up to
And you
8.
also get 3 temporary hit points. Okay, so yeah, Balm of the Summer Court is what I use. It's not a spell. Then I use Control Water.
Nice.
So now
That's awesome.
I have control over the water in a 100-foot cube.
That's the entire
surrounding-
area.
And as part of that action, let's go ahead and do.
So I'm up 11 and
I'll just
4.
probably do redirect
with
for.
3
So I'm just going to
11.
like I'm just there on the deck,
You're up
like
11.
shivering and soaking wet, and I'm just like, and then the water starts like flowing up.
Oh no. Cut out.
Yeah.
It's harder to
Noted.
submerge.
I will mark that it can no longer do the submerged layer action while that is going on.
Oh, that's nice.
Which, by the way, that submerged layer action heals it.
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
Oh, man. Well, it does have
Alright.
one really nasty scratch next to a fin that that Sandy put on it, just like the
Little
tiniest
nice
little
arms.
scratch in a scale. Yeah.
That'll show him, Sandy.
Noted. Gosh. Ridiculous. Beltryn, it's your turn.
Are we gonna have Puck go?
Oh, yeah.
What did you want to do? You got healed and it was still technically on the same turn.
As I'm attempting to get back on the ship, I'm going to use for my extra action. I'm going to do second wind.
That's your
Heal
bonus
myself
action,
up
so you
well.
still have your action, but you're prone.
Well, I'm going to lay on deck, use my bonus action of second wind, and silently think, I'll take the deal for some aid.
Oh, jeez. Frickin' tieflings, man.
Alright. Noted.
Well,
What do
I
you want to do
neutral.
with your what do you want to do with your action? You could take the action to
You wanna
quote,
attack 'em, or-
dodge or dash and then stand
That's
up
true.
and use 15 movement to
Dodge
move
might be
somewhere,
a good
something
one.
else like that way.
Dodge sounds good right now.
Cam, you're on the ground prone, but you're taking the dodge action.
Oh, yeah.
Understood.
It just makes it a normal roll.
Unless it uses range attack, in which case it's disadvantage anyways. But Beltryn, it's your turn. Both of your allies have gone back up on the ship. There is a writhing, angry frost eel sound
Wait a minute.
thing.
I'll use my flame sword word.
I'll let you do that with your action. I think it says bonus action, but I'll let you do it with your action instead.
Oh, thanks.
So you
I'm
use that
getting-
to start heating yourself
anxious.
up.
So nice.
Actually, I have I can radiate flames, so you know,
Yep,
as
warming.
part of my thaumaturgy.
Warming you up.
Just
Either way, Beltryn, your turn.
And suddenly steam just starts rising off.
Beltryn!
Okay, I'm running
Just
over to
hugging
the dragon's maw. Let's blow this thing up.
Okay. There is no roll for this. It just happens as long as it's in that state.
Nice.
So roll a d12 and add the fire damage.
Plus 20, you said, right? 1d12 plus
Yeah,
20?
it's 20 plus fire, plus a d12.
2.
2, so it does 22 points of damage. It's vulnerable to fire, so it takes 44. And then you see it glow blue as it gets its, what is it called? Burning Fury. Whenever you use fire damage, it gets its frost breath back.
Oh, okay. But it is vulnerable.
But
A
it is vulnerable to
double-edged
it.
sword.
That would be so good to know right now.
Because you ignited your sword.
Yes.
And then,
So every time you hit it, it's going to get its breath weapon back?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So it's
Why
weird.
did not take double damage?
We like see
That
it
would
get
have been good to
sliced.
know earlier.
Yeah, we see it get sliced. The wound opens and it like cools down ice to like freeze up the fire in there, and you see like charging up the frost again.
Like every time I
It's like
strike,
rage.
every time I hit it,
You
it
use more
swells
heat
up.
to make
And,
it more cool.
Yeah.
yeah, and then I'll just, after shooting that, I'll just run over helm just to like try and steady the ship, basically.
Okay.
The ship probably feels really smooth right now, right? Because I'm controlling the
Yeah,
water,
that's-
and just
That's
making
true.
it just.
That's true.
It's like
also
It's
feels
like
sticking
done
right
like this, and then suddenly it's just like.
It's like kind of sticking out of the water
Yeah.
more than
Okay.
normal.
you could use the
with
ship to
that-
ram the thing.
With that, it is Sandy, your turn.
Oh man, he's standing right next to a real busted up Puck.
What are you looking at?
Notice his fins are all glowing blue, like what it did when it breathed that icy cold breath.
Boy,
And it got it back after it got bathed in fire.
Ready to spittoon again. He'll reach down and grab Puck's hand and pull him to his feet and just go, "Come on, buddy, on your feet," and put 20 points of healing into him
Thanks.
with my lay-on hands.
So you have
I
9
almost
points
feel
of
like
healing.
myself. For the moment, that's 43 out of 53. That's pretty. That's fine.
I'm really low.
That's
just
fine
because-
weight right
You
there.
are? Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, were you looking worse than him? Maybe.
There is
I don't know
no
if
layer
I'm
action
more,
this turn because
Oh, really?
so there's no layer action this turn because the layer action it did it can't do. The other layer action is drag under, which none of you are in the water at the moment, and the
Whoa.
other layer action is submerge, which it can't do because of control water.
Control water is real good.
It's I'm not pulling any punches.
What
by the
I,
way.
Wait, what
it's
was?
it was
did make-
it was my
I did make the
1/4 level
encounter.
spell, so it's what I got for leveling up.
That's
So
awesome. All right, well, that was my action to do my lay on hands, which leaves me with
Yep.
a bonus action. So may as well pop all the
Lay
marbles.
your hands on
And
me.
he's gonna,
Lay your hands on me.
after pulling him up to his feet, just sort of like stretch and look and just go, and burst into a flame. So like got this magical aura of fire all around him,
Alright.
and he'll saunter right up into the thing's grill, and just
Okay.
Sandy, why you getting hiding as a
get within.
sheriff?
Yeah.
Maybe one turn.
yeah, it's true.
I think Sandy's been sandbagging us.
He's already got his breath back, so might as well.
Yep. Might as well.
Flame on.
Yep. And yeah, he'll just get right up to it. And technically, it's technically I can't just touch it, but I would like to just touch it and do some fire damage. But
Right. Okay.
but instead, I'm just
With
like
that-
menacing it right in front of it there. Yeah. I would just give it a hug, but that probably counts as an attack.
You
roll,
can
so,
attempt to Bronco ride it.
yeah, I know. I've done a lot on
Okay.
this turn. Healing, bonus action, movement, pull you to your feet. So
I know, right?
that's probably enough for one round. But I'm right there in
Okay,
front of it, just menacing it, trying to challenge it.
Yeah, it is its turn. It does have its breath weapon back.
I have moved
So-
with that movement to the other side so that it's not targeting them, and I'm trying to challenge it so that it faces me away from them. So we'll see if that works. I don't know if that's a persuasion check to attack me instead of them, but
Roll persuasion.
persuasion.
We're calling it a taunt.
A goading?
but it's a persuasion check.
Okay, I'll take it. Come on, baby. 19.
What do you do to persuade it?
Just yelling at, come on, you stinky bag of rotten fish guts.
Woo!
It's pretty stupid. It only knows primordial as a language. It doesn't quite understand what you are saying to it to be insulted.
But yeah, smacking my swords.
Well, maybe it doesn't like his tone.
Yep. So we'll see. I might have just moved myself
So
out of
it
danger
will-
alone. But I am doing it so we're not grouped up for the breath weapon.
Yeah. It has managed to break free of the anchor, so it can climb up, and that's what it will proceed to do. Just climb up to the top of the cavern, and it can use its breath, but not at that range.
Did it leave
Instead, it's
our...
going to drop down on top of the ship from up there.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Did it,
And
good for
lands on the
me.
ship.
did it leave our melee ranges
good
for those of us within
for me.
melee range with it? Do we get attacks of opportunity?
Were you right next to it? I thought you moved away from it.
No, I
You got right.
rotated
It's
around
right.
to it. I'm trying to be right on it. I just rotated to the other side so that I wasn't trying to distract the breath weapon from it. I didn't move away from it. I'm trying to stay in that melee at all times because my melee.
Okay, yeah, you can take an opportunity attack on it. Same with,
Natural
no,
20.
you went to the cannon. Did you move back right next to it afterwards, Beltryn?
Where is it exactly? I'm having a hard time imagining why the
So-
boat is, where I am.
So the flame cannon is right underneath that frontmost mast. It was up against the side on the bottom right of the ship, just
Okay.
against the bow, right at the tip of where that sail is. You know how it's angled at that left to bottom right angle?
Uh-huh.
It would have been right there is where it was. So you just ran back to basically where that sail was, turned the dragon's maw at it, and burst it into flames. You can you assume that every time you use the anchor on it to draw it in, it's going to be on that side, because that's the side that the anchor's on.
Okay. I imagine I'm on the deck, the middle.
Yep.
So that was a natural 20 on that attack of opportunity. So you know I'm gonna smite at my highest level.
Okay. Well, what's the damage?
It's gonna take me just 1 second here.
Okay, while you're doing that, it's going to fall down. As it does, it's making 5 attacks at you guys as it falls from the ceiling. So we'll divide it with 1 to each of you and 2 to him because he's smacked.
I try to angle the ship so that it impales itself on the mast, but it doesn't work.
Okay.
54 points of slashing and radiant. So 54 points of slashing and radiant, and
What do you
6
like that?
points of fire. And 6 points of fire because
being
it's,
tough.
Not doing well. I'll tell you that much.
I doubled
So
I doubled the extra fire damage that I do. My mantle of flame allows me to, because it was 3
Okay.
and it doubles to 6.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay.
You just kind of
So,
dig
Beltryn,
in and then
you take-
move along
Yeah,
the flash. It's just like,
Yeah. And just dumping radiant energy into it as it snakes away. Oh man, that's awesome.
it's sweet. I love that.
None of you have an AC over 20, I don't think.
It's
I have
coming
an
down
AC
to-
of 17.
Oh, so this one, yours misses you, so you do not take 10 points of damage. But 8 damage to Beltryn, 6 damage to Alagar, 28
Six?
points of damage to Sandy.
28.
Yeah, because
What?
it attacked you twice.
Did Puckweudgi take?
Yep, roll to hit.
Okay. So 21,
21 hits,
15.
15 hits.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, 15 does not hit, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Okay.
Take it, but So one hit,
Alright.
one miss.
I'm going to expend for an extra action. So
Action
22 and
That hits.
20.
Those hit. So roll 6d6 really quick. That's your physical, and then roll 6d6. That would be your fire.
6d6.
Yeah, because you rolled 2d6 and you hit 3 times.
It's
Yeah,
12
it's-
right off the bat. It's plus
Yeah.
4.
Oh my
15.
God.
It was going to submerge this round,
Hope it
but
doesn't
somebody
make it.
prevented that from happening.
15 plus
And then it was
12.
going to breathe, use its breath weapon on you, but instead it was forced to climb because that's the attack pattern.
27.
Alright, so 27 points. Is that the normal or the fire?
It's a physical damage.
Okay, roll for the
Right.
roll the
35.
roll the fire.
Now, 6d6 fire.
So it's 10, 15, 19 points of damage
38.
for fire.
38.
Well, it's 19, right? And double.
Yeah.
That is an enormous hit.
Yeah,
You just
holy
dropped
cow.
2 fireballs on him, essentially, with your
Gosh,
sword.
it is bad.
I'm using thaumaturgy to scream my
Definitely out
anguish
of its
at my
double
freezing
digits.
temperatures.
or
My
out of
fingers
its,
are cold!
definitely out of its triple digits. It is Alagar's turn.
Get him, Puck!
It is on the deck. You could just use the dragon's maw on it. It already has its breath weapon back from from Scott.
From everybody.
Basically, I'm just using a sweeping attack on this
Got 2
giant
charges
beast.
left.
This baseball swinging to the
Just
bleachers.
this technology, it doesn't make sense. So instead, I'm going to use a bonus action to do Bomb of the Summer Court on myself,
Good call.
Okay.
because I'm doing pretty bad. So some fairies swirl around me, like on Zelda, and I get 8, which almost doubles the hit points I had.
Oh,
And then
I didn't know you were that
and
bad.
then as an action, I'm going to cast Produce Flame. So flame appears. And I'm just going to just throw it at it. Attack. So yeah, 14.
Your controlled flow is the whole reason why I didn't make you guys roll dexterity saves
Yeah.
to see if you fell off the ship.
It was...
I just assumed since the concentration fell at the same time that it happened.
Yeah.
Life-saving.
So I cushioned the blow, and then I was just like, oh.
Definitely
So yeah,
life-saving.
14.
14 to hit, does not hit.
All right. I can't find the. Or yeah, I get some purple flames, and then the boat
It's your
lurches and
turn.
Who's...
fizzles out. That's my turn. I am standing up now, though. I'm going to back away from the heel.
Who's turn?
Beltryn, it's your turn.
Okay. I'll just run up to it, pull out my dagger. How many times can I this is my first melee attack. Do I just attack once, or?
As a rogue, you only ever have one attack unless you're dual wielding or
Okay,
multiple
that's
classing. It's
Cool,
because
okay.
all of your power is in that one attack.
If you got 2
Yeah,
daggers.
yes. Okay. And then people are close, right? So I can do my
Yeah.
Yeah,
advantage.
I think so.
Yeah.
Fuck, sorry.
Well, it's not advantage. It's just sneak attack if it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Roll the 9. For mine.
Can he be dual wielding with 2 daggers though?
I mean, yes, he can, but he doesn't have 2 daggers.
What's the?
Did he
I
take
hit
one
it.
off of Ala?
Is my fishing pole one-handed?
Could we have taken another
not-
dagger off
I don't
Alabast's
mind
body?
if you want to use your fishing pole one-handed.
Yes.
It's gonna be weird at this
Just did
point.
it earlier.
Definitely.
So it's only +4 to hit.
+4
But
on
I
that.
didn't have
The
But
fishing
it
pole's
is a finesse
definitely a
weapon.
finesse weapon. It's definitely a finesse weapon.
23.
I told you you should be using your fishing rod on a fish.
I'll
Yes,
trust
that
you.
is.
I'll trust you.
That's a D4 plus your sneak attack. That's all it is because you don't have your modifier because you're dual wielding.
Yep. But you get your
Yeah,
sneak
I'm
attack.
just saying that this is the offhand.
So
2
2
plus.
And then this is like a sneak.
Get that sweet, sweet sneak.
2 plus 2, 4, 10, 12.
How much total?
12. So it was 2 from the fishing pole, and then
Like this
the
freaking
10 from
poetic.
the-
How do you want to do this?
oh my gosh.
That fire damage from Hargus, like,
That's
to
so
give you guys a moment, it had quite a bit of health.
right.
The flame doing 44 damage to it, then it not being able to submerge to heal for its layer action because it got denied by you. And then taking that massive radiant damage crit, which was 54 points, followed by another, what was the total? 38 plus 34 from Scott's character, 72 points of damage.
Huge.
Yeah, kind of hurts it.
That was huge.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then the
Okay, well,
fishing pole finishes it off.
I was really hoping that you would miss, and then I was hoping that
You go down.
Sandy would miss or be.
I am vindicated.
Oh, that was
Should have
amazing.
just breathed on you all again and done like another 52 points of
See what a
cold
bath
damage.
does for you. You see what a nice brisk bath, cold bath does for you.
Hurts you right up.
I mean, these are fun fights because
Yeah.
they're high volatile. Like,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you fail, like, it's very much likely to kill you.
Well, yeah,
Especially if you're on
I feel
water.
that.
50,
I totally feel that.
You feel that, right?
All right.
Okay, well, to finish it, I guess I'm just gonna, I'll go up towards its neck, and like this is where a lot of the fire damage was, so very severely burned. And I kind of stumble with my my dagger, but then just do like basically like a cast and just and it's so damaged that it just goes all the way through and.
You gotta
With
catch
the-
a hook
like
in
a
his
wooden
ear.
thing.
Without,
Okay,
Freaking
okay. With
fishing
the
pole.
fishing rod. You have a metal fishing rod, I'm gonna say at this
Yeah,
point,
at
which
least.
is why it works.
And then you're just like,
Like
Basically a
piano
whip.
wire through its neck.
The hook catches and just rips out.
Okay. Oh gosh. Okay.
That's a good visual.
Yeah.
I didn't think about doing that.
And you and then after wrapping it, you just yank, and then whack, and it just.
Rips
Yeah, once it is dead, I
Somebody that's really
definitely.
bad with chopsticks at handling sushi. You take this thing apart.
Yeah, once it is dead, I definitely start to fillet it. No, I'm just kidding.
As the cavern glows, it's more
You can
natural
just
color.
take them
It's
here.
less dark, and otherwise, let's just see. If I had gone my turn,
What the next damage?
You
that
would
was
have taken
great. I
44
love when
points of cold
everybody
damage.
gets a turn to shine.
44.
you would have had 44 points of cold damage.
Tell me anything, he hit me for 50 points. 53
You were
points.
also in the water and vulnerable to it. So if you were in the water and vulnerable to it, you would have taken 88.
Well, I had exactly
Holy
44
crap.
HP left.
Really glad I took the time to climb out of the water.
Right? It might cost all of your movement, and you might be prone after you do it, but it's kind of worth it.
Yeah.
It was kind of worth it. I think it was kind of worth it.
But that happens. Sentient Flow is formed. The water starts swirling again, and it starts to frost over a bit. And there's like a patch of white frosted ice, and this kind of swimming form goes underneath of it and hits it. You know how when a cloth is hit, it kind of raises up with it like a handkerchief, and it slowly forms into a dress as this female form of the guardian known as Sentient Flow appears, clothed in a frost-sculpted dress that kind of fans out into the water. As much as the living fire was masculine, Sentient Flow is effeminate, and kind of greets you and says, "Thank you for releasing me. It is good to be free and flowing again."
She's fine as hell.
Easy puck. Easy puck.
And with that, she's like, "Here, let me give you my blessing." And
I don't think you can hear
from the
me.
ceiling, it starts to drip a bit, and then, like, as it drips, it slowly forms this ice-like chest on the deck, and then it opens up for you. And inside this rewards pouch, we've got.
I was pretty sure there was a sword in the lady's hand coming out of the water there for a
These
minute.
are like loot boxes.
Ooh, sparkling! Woo,
Of your choice
sparkling!
of these items, you may only choose one. +1 armor, to your armor, you get frost armor that makes you cold resistant, and it's +1. However, if you choose that one, the other option is a frost brand weapon. The other choice is either a Staff of Healing or Staff of Defense.
On a frost.
However, the person that chose Firebrand cannot receive this blessing.
Makes sense.
That's fine. I'm alive. I'm just laying on the deck hugging my warm sword right now.
You three,
I was gonna say.
which item would you like to acquire and be attuned to?
Well, if we're gonna stick with
You've
convention,
also noticed as he's used Firebrand, Puck's form has started to have like an etched glow, similar to what the Living Fire looked like.
Oh man, that's so cool. Oh man,
I know, right?
He looks more toned than he really is.
It's like painting on abs. It looks so good.
I know, dude.
It's only while he has the sword drawn and it's activated too. It's just so you know.
Intimidation.
Well, if we're gonna stick with,
I might actually get a bonus for intimidation with this.
are we gonna give Bell the pick here, or we're gonna give that Staff of Healing to Al?
Wait. Oh, that's true.
Those are
Actually,
both
What a snap.
pretty good options. I mean,
I could use the Staff of Healing and greatly amplify my healing powers.
Yeah, what's the Staff
like
of Healing
that.
Grab
actually
this.
do?
You
Do we get a sense of what these things actually do? Is the Staff of Healing worth taking? So
Yeah, Staff of Healing just has a bunch of good healing spells. Mass Cure Wounds would be good.
Mass
Cure Wounds, Lesser Restoration. Those are the spells that can be cast on that. So
I mean, that's
sounds pretty good.
pretty handy.
I walk up to the lady and I throw my pitch bow and
She
accept
reaches
the
forth
gift.
a hand, and like the frost starts to coalesce, and it makes this kind of elaborate icicle-like staff that has, you know, the serpentine healing symbol as its point. Reminiscent of the salamander that you just defeated. And it's it's chilling to the touch, but when you put it on, it's like icy hot.
I was gonna say it's like aloe, like a nice.
When you put it on wounds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Okay.
cool and soothing.
With that,
Maybe a little menthol action going on.
you guys
Cool,
eventually, she guides your boat out as like this watering, grasping hands grab your boat and lead it out, and she follows you out, and a giant wave suddenly forms and just crashes against all of the corrupted coral and just shatters it off into the ocean. And then after
I think
that, giant waves come up and crash against the fortress where they've captured. And while it washes away all the enemies, the people that are left behind are like wiped clean of their blood and everything that way, and start cheering as they have been protected and blessed. So it's like a healing water. Their wounds are soothed and otherwise.
Nice.
And with that, your ship is brought back to shore. Sadly,
a moment.
the broken
I'm
corpse
searching
and
the
neck
ship.
of Alabast is with you.
You're searching the
And
ship.
Commander
take down
Keir
the-
just
We bury him at sea. I mean, he was a captain, right? He would have wanted to be buried at sea.
Oh yeah.
You know, old alabaster, that's exactly what the old fool would want. And then I pull out his pistol and like put him in his hand, and then just like kick him off. Very.
It just-
I was gonna
cough
give
and
a
forms around
ceremony,
him and then
but,
just kind of drifts out to sea.
Up with it.
I
I'm
guess
going to
that's
search the ship for equipment. I'm looking for a crossbow
Oh, you just
or a short
yeah.
sword,
I mean, while we're on our way back, we may as well see if
armor,
there's anything good.
shield.
Yeah, anything good on the ship.
Yeah, I'm gonna pillage the
Tinder
ship.
box would be sweet right now.
Yeah, what's he got?
Oh, Alabasta, we hardly knew you, but probably weren't missing much.
As the ship gets docked,
Sandy's like
and
real
he's been
confused.
sent off to sea
You
in
guys
an
are
ice coffin
really good
that was
looking.
formed after you kicked off his body. It's a little weird formed because his arm was like out from rolling off.
Rigor mortis,
didn't
yeah,
quite
rigor
set
mortis.
It's
in,
cold though.
but it did afterwards, and now he's all weird.
It's just
That's
cold.
not a face at peace, I'll tell you that.
It just froze up.
There's He does not look like he's at peace.
A fish swims by and it looks like it has a dice for an eye. But going from there, Commander Kelp comes by and he's like, "Well, looks like you've done well. We're gonna maintain this momentum now that we've got 2 of our fronts taken care of, and push through to the final, and get these jerks off of our land." And he's like, "Quickly to the cart," and leads you back inside. You end up sleeping in this nicely furnished cart. It's somewhat more furnished now than it was last time. Like they've been improving upon it in the short times that you've been fighting.
Good, that's
For whatever reason. It's like a motorhome at this point.
Take it.
And you start guiding back.
I think it gets degraded more and more by the condition of the characters riding in it.
As you guys go back and start going back to Hogswallow and start pathing around back down to the forest area, you notice that the army that's with you has grown in size and is growing larger as you travel back and then sweep back, as portions of platoons from the other stationed around the areas are kind of gathering into this massive force to besiege the last area.